from my Carolina home. Had dreams about the West and started to roam. 6 long months on a dust-covered trail. They say heaven's at the end, but so far it's been hell. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. We were digging and shifting 5 to 5, selling everything we found just to stay alive. Gold flowed free like the whiskey in the bars. Sinning was the big thing, Lord, and Satan was a star. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. And blood lined the streets. Men were shot down for the sake of having fun, or just to hear the noise of their 44 guns. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. Now my widow, she weeps by my grave. Tears flow free for her man couldn't save. Shot down in cold blood by a gun that carried fame, all for the useless and no good, worthless claim. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there.
Hey, YouTubers and friends, how are all of you doing this fine Tuesday night? Good to see all of you. Tonight, ToledoJess and Dano and I have Daniel Reid of Reid's Rigs with us. He's out of South Carolina, makes a really cool gadget using the best mat available on the market. So without any further ado, let's get into this hoodoo. Hey YouTubers and friends, thanks for joining us for another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live with ToledoJess, Dano, the Treasure Vixens, and I. Oh, baby.
Just never know.
You never know.
Maybe.
He sneaks you in like that.
Sometimes, Dano, sometimes. Good evening, ToledoJess, Dano,
What's up?
Daniel.
Okay, thanks, Jaron. Jaron had a little hiccup on the chat too. I'm trying to say hi to everybody, but error.
Error. You might have to refresh.
No,
No?
it's working now.
Oh.
It was a glitch.
A YouTube glitch? Ringo.
Glitch in the Matrix, for all I know.
Mary, Heath, Midas, David Villa. It's good to see all of you. Very
Right?
first
Good
one
going.
was Tin Man Metal Magnet Fishing. Our buddy Willie.
Jeff Smith Gold, LBPA for life. What's up?
Two Toes, if you're lurking in the gold room. Metal Sharks, good to see you. Nice, Jeff Otworth has returned. Prodigal son has come home. Good to see you,
What's
Jeff.
up, Jeff? Mr. Villa.
Damon, West Coast Prospecting, good to see you. We have Otis Ferris. Pacific Northwest is representing. I notice a lot of Canada is in the house tonight.
Honk, honk.
Some Carolinians in the house. California and Kansas. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Good man. Daniel, how's it going? The hell was that?
It's going.
How's that for you?
As fast as my thumb can go.
Yeah, you're gonna have a rough week, aren't you? We're getting ready to get hit up here in the Midwest.
The white death comes.
Yes. First in the form of some wetness.
Get your bread, milk, and eggs because you got to have French toast when you're snowed in.
Too late, dude.
Don't
up here,
forget
it's
the
too late.
cocoa.
It's too late up here in Toledo, man. The stores are empty. All the milk, the bread, the eggs are gone.
They done bought it all out.
Yep. Reid was telling me people are coming to get 20 loaves of bread.
Jeez.
Gold Finders Prospecting from Alabama. Welcome, Eric. How are you?
Eric looks for gold too.
I heard 12 inches in Northeast Ohio. That true?
Yes, Wayne. Biscuits and gravy are better.
I heard a little more than that in West Central Ohio, Jeff. Is that true?
Up Northeast Ohio, that's been 17 inches now. They're calling for 17 inches. Up to 24 inches with the wind and gusts and the drifts. Yeah, up to 24 inches. They're saying. Who knows? They're weathermen. They never get it right. What's up, Dennis?
More than that, Jeff. Jersey Ray, good to see you, Rage. Dennis,
Rachel, how you doing? Rose, if you can hear us, hang in there.
Yeah.
Rose is doing the snow thing tonight.
Blizzard delight. Rosie the Riveter, the Magnet Fisher is dispatching tonight. So she won't be here. She might be in chat later. She's gonna try and be in chat. So everybody say
Practical
hi.
Ken. Again, I still question.
Good to see you, Practical Ken. Good show with you the other night. On Thursday, I believe it was, with our friend Shane from Ohio River History. Good guy. He was at Flash Bash, him and Nick.
Hey, Nugget Brain Peterson, how are you tonight? 34 people in chat, only 24 likes. Oh, well, here, let me fix that.
What the flip?
What the
You still
flip?
haven't liked it yet, Jesse?
Just
And
I liked it.
I
okay.
usually like it before.
Out of peer pressure. Strictly out of
yeah, out of ed pressure.
yeah.
Flash pressure. Right.
Yeah.
It's good to
Let's
see
go.
all you.
That's what's up.
JP, say
JP.
hi to the missus and the bulldogs.
Yep.
That background is the stamp mill at Cresson Mine in Dahlonega, Georgia. It's the only operating stamp mill in Georgia.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to watch it operate when we
It's
were
a
there.
10 stamp mill, and Daniel's flashing the Cresson Mine sticker.
Nice.
Tammy and Tony are really good people. Their daughters are really good kids. If you're ever in Dahlonega, check out Cresson Mine. They have a
Absolutely.
cool outdoor museum, a cool little prospecting store and rock shop. Some really
Yeah, and
pretty gold.
if you do go into that store, you check out all the cool stuff they got. They got a lot of cool equipment in there. They got a cool painting area.
Yeah,
Whisper in Tammy's ear. She should come on our show.
yeah.
Whisper, Tammy.
We
Should come on
heard
our show.
about you from Flashing Your Pan Tuesday Night Hangout Live.
Absolutely.
Should be on their show. It's
We've actually
not
met
like they
Tammy.
never asked you.
Yeah, Ed and I met Tammy when we were down there.
Really nice.
Very nice lady. Do not actually. I dare somebody in our chat room that goes down there and challenge her.
Challenge her into a speed panning competition.
Yeah, go ahead.
I dare you. I dare you. Kevin Hoagland. I dare you.
Hey, Deej, how you doing? Yeah, go ahead,
Digging
Kevin.
with
Kevin's
Deej.
fast. Kevin's fast. Kevin Hoagland's fast. You know, he's a fast panner.
Oh, he's a hell of a lot faster of a panner than Dennis Staten.
Well, yeah.
No, you see how gold sticks in a pan. That's what Kevin proves to you. How gold is
Right.
sticking in the pan.
Yeah. But she does that with a metal pan, no ridges, no nothing.
Strip. There's the missus and the bulldogs.
Yeah, there she is. Strip 63.
Mountaineer Michael. How's it?
Yes.
It's good. It's Tuesday night, my favorite night. Get to hang out with me amigos and have really killer guests on and talk about what we love. Golden treasure, eh?
Right. That's what we do here. Gold treasure, new products, re-engineered products,
Yeah.
innovations,
Marlin.
different forms of treasure hunting, all kinds of stuff. Tonight we have a new innovation too.
Right. A double whammy. And
Yeah.
maybe just for you gold pervs out there, we might
Gold
even
perv.
have some gold.
We have gold perv. We have gold pervs in our chat room.
Yeah, I'm sitting next to 3 of them. 4 including me. I'll admit it. Frederick Romano, Meyer Videos. How you doing, Marlon? The Heavy Meadow Detective. Good to see you all here. So, how long have you been prospecting, Daniel?
Say I think about 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What got you into prospecting?
When I think I was 18 years old, I attended a church in Dallas, North Carolina, and the pastor's dad he liked to go gold panning. And after church one day, the pastor came to me and he asked me if I would mind driving his dad to a nearby creek to pan for gold, because his dad was elderly and well, couldn't see real good, and it didn't feel like it was safe for him to drive. So I said I would do that. And so I took the old man out there and watched him pan. And the creek was called Crowder's Creek in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. And just watched the old man pan, and didn't really think anything about it. Just kind of enjoyed the creek and enjoyed nature. And years later, I had an office job. I was on my lunch break, sitting in front of the computer screen, and that memory came back to me. And I typed in the computer where to find gold in Cherokee County. That was the county that I lived in South Carolina, and took off from there. Started watching YouTube and doing some research on how to start panning and getting into gold mining, the hobby. So that's what triggered it. The pastor's dad, his name was Naki. That's where it came from.
So having seen him pan like that, and then later on coming back to it, well, what was it that really kicked you off into doing this, especially now?
Well, I'd heard about gold being in the area and stuff, and
Right.
I don't know, just something made me go think of that memory of him panning in that creek when I was a teenager, and just a little spark went off in my head, and I started doing some research on the computer and learning some information and everything, and took it from there.
I mean, were you bored at work or what?
Yeah, I was bored. I would always look for hobbies and things that try to be productive.
Right.
And
So are you a member at any clubs?
I was a member of Weekend Gold Miners Club, but I'm not now.
Out
It
of
expired.
Dahlonega.
I'm not.
Right.
Other than that, I've never been a member of a GPAA or anything like that.
Right.
I just been a wild gold hunter for the most part. I enjoyed the
Well, that's the thing that I always push too, for people who's just starting off. Start off by joining a local club, people around your area. Because that's where you're gonna learn where your gold is in your area. I mean,
when I first started mining, I didn't even hardly use the like social media like I do now. My first gold pan was a walk from Walmart. I went to Walmart and took the handle off of a walk because I'd read online that when the Chinese came to California that they panned with their walk. And that was my first gold pan, was a walk from Walmart. And I built my own equipment. I didn't go buy anything. I made a fluid box, like a bazooka gold trap. That was my first piece of mining equipment. And I built it out of a flower pot and made like a fluid bed trap in it, and actually caught gold with it. So it was probably a year or two after I started prospecting that I actually bought my first sluice box. Now I still have that sluice box today. I actually turned it into my 2.5 dredge. It was a sluice box from Martin Prospect here in
I mentioned that earlier too in pre-show about how miners have a tendency to do that with their equipment. They'll buy a new piece of equipment and tweak it to suit them. Yeah, tweak it. They're gonna tweak it. Miners are a bunch of tweakers.
That's
Guilty.
Yeah, but or repurpose them. Find another use for it. I mean, like when you go to Menards or Tractor Supply, and everything you look at and you go, how can I use that to prospector gold? So yeah, we're crazy like that.
I did get a little bit of training. I went up to Thermal City, and there was the owner. His name was Lloyd, up in North Carolina.
Yeah.
They've sold it now, but I would go up there and just talk to him for hours and pick his brain. He would pull out old mining books from the 1800s and show me all kinds of places down here and how much of like one of the mines I go to, he would show me in there. I told him the name of it, and it was like $60 per ton or per yard they was pulling out, and just all kinds of useful information that old man would share with me and teach me. And as the years went by, I got more into social media, got on Facebook and different things. For a long time, I was just kind of a lone miner. I kind of kept to myself and prospected and learned. You know, I went up to Thermal City and talked to Lloyd, but I didn't really mess with many people. But then I started meeting on social media other miners and stuff as the years went by, and learned a lot from them too. One of them was Rob Mitchum down in Abbeville. I went down there and met him. He's I think he's been prospecting and mining for over 45 years. And he's kind of my teacher and mentor, and I learned a lot from him. These rigs that I build, he's the one that actually came up with and invented them. I went down there years ago, and he showed me, he called it the silent fleet. And they were little bucket rigs, kind of like what I make, except they had these poop tubes. I still have the first two that I originally built. These were the sluice boxes that hooked to the bucket, and we would use those with a bilge pump and a battery and mine gold. Well, I noticed they were missing, that gold was, you know, getting past this system. So I started experimenting with other catch systems in the rigs. That was Dream Mat was one of them. And I started
you pretty much follow the same path as a lot of us do. You start off getting interested in it, and then start building equipment, start improving on equipment, start changing equipment to suit you.
Right.
So as you process that, you've come up with this thing, the Reid rig.
Reid rig, yes. I make 4 different rigs: the Big Bubba, the bucket rig, the Ninja rig, and I've got a little Bubba that I'm working on now. Also a sound wave separator. I've come up with a machine that uses sound to separate gold.
Yeah. So the Ninja rig, that was your first one though, right?
No, the bucket rig is the one that is the base of them all. The Ninja rig.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Rob, he showed me, introduced me to the rigs, and I kind of took his idea with his blessing and made it to where it was sellable. You know, where it could be put on the market for other people to buy. At first, people would ask me to give them the blueprints or tell them how to build it, and I would give them, you know, try to help them for free. I would send them videos and try to help them build it, and just couldn't seem to get it right, and it would aggravate me. It would take a lot of my time, but finally I just said, the heck with it. If you want one of these things, it's here for sale.
Right.
Several things that I did that were a little different than Rob's is my rigs, they have a battery holder in it where you can stick the battery in it, and they have long legs that pivot. That's for running in deep water. You can take these out to a river or mount them on a kayak or a raft, and you can run in deep water. That's one of the things that these things can do that a lot of other pieces of equipment can't do. Is that they can run almost anywhere, from a creek, a river, a puddle, recirculate. Another thing that I did was added a vortex inside of it, which kind of, I don't know, it gave it an awesome pre-wash. That water spins around inside of the rig and makes a vortex. And a lot of different miners added ideas to these. Like Peter Norvac, this was his idea, to put a mat inside of it to catch the gold. And there's just been a lot of different miners that have helped turn this into what it is today, these different rigs. That's why they're so powerful, because a lot of really good miners, some of them are legends and have been mining for a long time, have all put little pieces into the rig to make them what they are.
Right.
They're built by miners for miners. And
so you build these all by hand yourself, right?
Yes, every one of them I built by hand in this gold room, except for 2. Frank Ford came and helped me build 2 that went up to Alaska. He's
were those a special build, or were they just?
No special build. I do I do custom builds, like if somebody wants a certain kind of mat in the rig or whatever, I can do that. Like a Cape D. Some people want a Cape D in their sluice instead of a micro. I can do that. But other than that, no, they were just rigs just like these. That's one thing about these rigs is they can run almost anywhere. It doesn't matter what kind of circumstances or what kind of gold you come up against. You can take one of these rigs if you've got it with you and tackle it and come out on top. Even no pump, even recirculating. That bucket rig right there is one of the best no pump rigs I've ever seen. I mean,
So you just pour water into it?
You can, if your battery dies or something happens to your pump, you can take your overflow and simply connect it into your feed and take a gold pan or a small bucket, put your material in there, fill this up, classify, and you'll have more. You'll have time for that stuff to run. And you just keep, it's slower, but it works.
Yeah.
You can run that and it saves your back too. These are the only rigs that I've seen out there that are catered to like disabled veterans or people with handicaps or just people with a bad back, because they stand up high and you don't have to bend over like.
Still got a shovel.
Still got a shovel, right? But you don't.
Yeah,
have to
you still got a shovel.
It takes out the classifying and the bending over, feeding the sluice and stuff there, and you're not restricted to flowing water like a sluice, so you can run anywhere. The gold's not always, in the flowing water. I still use sluices, but these rigs here that is something you can keep in the truck. That it doesn't matter where you go or what kind of situation you run into. If you have one of these rigs, you can mine.
So, everybody knows the more dirt you run, the more material you run, the more gold you're going to get. So what kind of feed rate do you have on that? What are you thinking you could run, in a day's time?
I've never actually calculated it, but I've run a lot of different equipment, small high bankers, and the rigs aren't made to outrun like a medium to good size high banker or a dredge or anything like that.
All right.
But they will outrun a sluice in most circumstances, a sluice box.
Sure.
They will outrun small high bankers, and the catch rate in these rigs is phenomenal because of the vortex catch system that up there, the pre-wash. If you're in clay or something like that, it just chews through it and it really separates the particles in there and captures the gold better than a lot of the more expensive like little high bankers and stuff like that because of the pre-wash.
Yeah, right. Anytime you can get that, you get a good washing action on your material before it actually runs down. Anytime you can get it separated to its smallest particles before it comes down your sluice can make a big difference. So, the fact that you got to go ahead.
A lot of people that have bought these rigs from me have been amazed in the material that they can move. And some of them that I took out mining are just in awe of the amount of material and they're like, how long can you run it without it being cleaned out? I'm like, you can run it all day. And
right, because it does have green mat in it, so it makes a difference as to your the length of time between cleanups.
I think I've sold anywhere from 150 to 200 of these rigs since I've got started, and I've always offered a 100% money back guarantee on all of them, and I've never had one return, and I don't think I've ever had a complaint on any of the rigs. I have about 4 in Alaska. I think 2 in Canada. I have 1 in Dominican Republic. I have 1 in Australia, and the rest of them are scattered throughout the U.S. And I've never had, that I can recall, 1 complaint or 1 return on the rig.
You've got 1 in the Dominican?
Yes, I do.
Ooh, that's cool.
And he loves
it. Name isn't Jason, is it?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
There's more than 1 gold miner in Dominican.
I guess. I know. I only know 1.
Yeah, me too.
So how many you got? I'm out in California, and someone goes, "Oh, you're from Toledo. You know so and so?"
Right, right.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I know. Um, the when I look at your rig, and I haven't even touched on this. When I look at your rig, I to me the weakest part seems to be the legs, the hinge where the legs are attached.
Right.
Do those fold up or what? They just
All
seem
right.
like they're really awkward looking to me.
Okay. Well, a lot of people struggle with this, and here's what I tell them in some of the videos that I do on Facebook and YouTube. On the rig, you'll have a sticker that comes with it, and this is a picture of me running a Ninja rig in a creek nearby here, and this is the proper setup. You want the legs slightly spayed, and when I'm out in the creek, I usually put rocks around them just to kind of lock them in place. If you're in sand, you can jab them down in there. But that's the proper setup of the rig right there. I don't know if you can see that sticker or not.
I'm off a little bit. You can center it a little bit better there. Almost at it.
Yeah, that's the setup, just like it is sitting here on this table. That's what
Right.
you want.
So
A lot of people
what gives
have
it-
them spread out too far, but they're hinged like this for a reason, because all terrain's not even,
right.
and that's why they move in and out, is to get the rig level like that. But
I guess I'm
eventually,
just trying. What's holding them in place?
what's holding them in place are these brackets right here, and then you've got a PVC T on there that swivels, and the only thing that's glued is this part. None of this is glued, and you can put extensions on these legs too. It comes like this with an extension to make it longer,
Oh, okay.
twice as tall, so the rig's sitting up waist high. But they're very strong. I've got pictures of the Ninja rigs, any of the rigs with big rocks sitting on them and stuff. They're built tough. I mean, they'll hold the weight.
And like I said, it just when I look at it, there just seems to be like a weak point there. But hey,
It is.
if you've corrected it, you've corrected it. You've taken care of it. So that's
Well, I mean,
good.
they work fine like they are, but eventually, over time, the rigs will become better. They'll be manufactured professionally. These right here are like, they're going to be like collector's items or something one day.
Yeah, someone will call you up and say, "Hey, Daniel, all you got to do is do this, and these things lock into place, and you got nothing to worry about."
Eventually, I'm gonna merge with a bigger company or something. I see it coming, where they can produce these things more efficiently and make them more professional. I'm doing the best I can in my gold room out here,
Right.
making stuff from Lowe's and Home Depot and certain things that I have to order just to build, what the best that I can do, the best.
Yep.
And they work awesome. One of the prototypes that I built for these rigs, I ran it for a couple of years, and it was just one bucket. And it still, I gave it to Chad with Deep Woods. He's still running it today. So they hold up, believe it or not. Yeah. They're pretty tough. And the ones that I build and sell, it's 2 buckets put together, so the plastic's twice as thick.
See if I missed any questions here.
Handmade in America. Yeah, they're handmade in America, right here in South. Invented in South Carolina and built in South Carolina one at a time by me.
Yep.
And something else cool about something else really cool about these rigs that a lot of people don't know is like if you're out dredging or whatever, you can hook them up to your dredge on the side of most pumps, even a high banker pump, the water outlet. You can attach these rigs to your dredge or high banker. Like if you've got a buddy that's mining with you and you want to move some material out there while they're dredging, or even run your dredge cons. These things are awesome concentrators.
Okay.
I've got a couple.
What's up, Barry? I see Chef Barry's in the house.
Hey, Shane, how are you? Ohio River history. So you see in the future of going in with the bigger company.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say right now. I don't want to go too much into detail about it, but yeah, there's
Right.
some ideas and some plans in the works. But it's not going to be me.
That's cool. So it's something that's already been approached to you by, huh?
There's some moves being made towards it. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, wouldn't want to say nothing before it's set in stone.
Right.
There's a lot that's got to happen.
Bad
before that.
luck.
Now, you get out as much as possible. If you had,
He's out all the time, Ed. He's out
Right.
almost every day.
well,
Not
that's
doing
good.
live videos and stuff.
If expense wasn't an issue or time, where would you want to go most to prospect?
That's a hard question to answer because there's a lot of places that I want to go to try to prospect before I would make that decision. Like one of my dreams is to go to New Zealand, out there in mine with Jeff King. One of my dreams is to travel the world in mine in a lot of countries that.
Well, there's no limit. I mean, you don't have a limit. You can do whatever you want. What's the one thing you'd want to do?
Go to China. I want to go to China and prospect.
Go to China.
China, yes. China, New Zealand, Australia.
I believe so, Dennis, but I'll ask Daniel. You do use a banjo pen in your system with a micromat, right?
Yes, two of my rigs use a banjo pan, the bucket rig and the ninja rig. The Big Bubba uses a custom sluice made by Creighton Metalworks. And the new rig that I'm doing testing with now has the mini Bubba, the baby Bubba, uses a 3-inch wide sluice from Creighton Metalworks in it.
You got it with Creighton, huh?
Yeah, he's been building some sluices for me for the Big
Cool.
Bubba rig, baby Bubba, all aluminum sluices. But yes, I use the banjo pan. Wonderful invention, Mike Pug. I like the banjo pan and the rigs, but I don't like it for panning. I've tried it for panning, and I'll probably get a lot of flack for saying this. I like a regular old gold pan.
I've talked to
Ed's the one that developed that use like that for that pan, for that banjo pan. It was a beta tester for the banjo pan. And when he got it, it was wintertime, so he couldn't go out, but he figured out another way to use it. And he got with Mike Pung, and they determined how to set that up.
Well, I know the ramp, if it's level, it's at the right pitch. And I didn't like gold panning with it personally, and especially in a panning tub in your shop, because like Jeff Williams will say, you're gonna get wet. I set it up as a recirculating system, and that's how all my feedback was for my beta testing for the banjo pan was all in my shop, all in a tub, all on a recirculating system. And Mike Pun will talk about it during broadcasts, during gold shows and stuff. And I give him a hard time because I switched Dream Mat into my gold cubes, my banjo pans, pretty much everything. And actually in everything. And the last time we had a booth, besides working in the panning zone, I had a gold cube all set up with Dream Mat. I had a banjo pan all set up with Micromat. And Mike Punks walks right by me, and I'm like, "Oh, you don't hate me, do you, Mike?" He's like, "No."
Speaking of Dream Mat, what's up, David? David's in the house.
David Peterson, how are you? I sent you a message earlier on Facebook, David.
Let's see.
I just got home from the snowstorm. Sounds
No, we're just
fun.
getting ready to get ours. Getting ready to get ours.
I'm sure Northwest Montana has lots of snowstorms. Snow's nothing new.
Right. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. Gonna ask you about your YouTube. You're doing a lot of well, actually you're doing a lot of Facebook videos, I noticed. You
Yeah.
putting stuff on YouTube also?
Yeah, I'd recently started a YouTube channel because a lot of people kept telling me, why don't you do YouTube? Why don't you do YouTube? I'm like, well, I don't need to because I have so many friends that do it, and I'm all over their YouTubes. And
Well, you
I don't know.
could do instructional and other things.
I have started putting some of those out. I went a little crazy on one of them and got in too much detail on my bucket rig build and got some bad flack about that, so I had to delete that one. I'm bad about telling too much sometimes and showing too much.
Yeah, there's a few out there like that, sure. Yeah, another thing too, like 10, 15 minutes. People don't have
mine are all my videos. I think my longest one, I'm looking at them now, is like almost 7 minutes. None of them are really that long.
Those are good. We got short attention spans.
Yeah, I do too.
Tell me quick and let me move on.
Yep, I've got let's see, 70 subscribers, and it's Daniel Reid is my YouTube. That's it right
This
there.
Daniel Reid, huh?
I have a link to Daniel's YouTube channel pinned to the top of the live chat. If we could, I'd love it if we could get him to 100 subscribers.
That would be nice.
That's 30 of you to push him to 100. All of you know out there how hard it is just to get to that first 100. Well, not all of you. Some of you blow up overnight, but most of you.
Are a few, isn't there? Aren't there? Oh, there's enough of us in here. If you haven't subscribed,
yeah, there should.
Although this is not a subscribe for subscribe channel.
No, by all means, but
we will help out a guest.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. I also have 2 Facebook groups. One is Southeastern Dredge Testers, and the other one is Utah Gold Prospectors. How I became a minister or in charge of that group, I'm still trying to figure it out, but I am. I have no clue. But I have been for a while. All my friends that I've had join the group, they're like, when are we going to Utah? I'm like, I don't know. People on there are asking me when we're having a group day. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I've got to go to Utah.
All our friends in Utah says there's no gold there. We know they lie.
There's no gold.
There must be.
It's all in the Josephine mine, I guess, or on the Mormon Church, the
or
anywhere
Jared's digging a basement.
Right, but nowhere else.
Right.
That's what they all tell us.
And he takes hey, what's up, Jim? Video College Show. What's up, stranger? Sorry. I just said hi to me.
Hello, SDI and MVP, Joe, SDI Prospecting. Welcome.
And let's see. Here's my nugget.
Uh-oh.
All right. Gold
porn.
porn for all you treasure pervs.
Belly up and larger screens.
Yeah. Everybody's hands on the table.
Focusing on your beard.
Wild South Carolina gold.
Stand behind it. Cup your hand behind it.
Gotta like that wild gold.
Yep, caught
Oh,
me
wild
jawberry
gold.
ripples in my 4-inch Keen Dream Dredge, right out of the river.
That's nice.
Nice. Nice.
Nice candy, Red says.
Probably never sell that nugget. Ever.
Oh, well, hey.
They're
I got
so
3
rare
like
out
that.
in South Carolina. So rare. I've never seen anybody find one that big out here. Yeah, so
What
Yeah,
about
those
the
are-
Reid mine? Wasn't theirs so big they used it as a doorstop?
oh yeah. I wish I was kin to that Reid. I
Oh,
think he's
hey,
the RED. I'm the REID.
yeah. David wants to know if that's his birthday nugget.
Oh Lord.
Is it your birthday, David?
I guess I'll have to send you the next one. Watch it be bigger than that one. Oh Lord.
Yeah, right. He said the next one, Dave. The next one, hold him to it.
Hey David, I'll take you to where I found it and let you run the 5-inch that I got.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, I'll go with you.
Will you? Come on.
Oh, hey, we've been down there.
Yeah,
We,
I want to get down
Daniel-
there again too.
Yeah, Daniel's got a video. Is it you, Daniel's got the video, the Thermal City 5?
I have one
Oh.
too.
Yeah, check out those videos. We're down there at Thermal City.
But I'd
Running the
rather
trout.
get somewhere off of like Lucky Strike or Thermal City or Vane Mountain. And
Yeah, I'd rather go somewhere private.
Yeah, it's open to the public. This place where I found the nugget. It's on the Broad
Oh, yeah?
River, but
Really?
it's
Oh,
further
cool.
south. Yeah, it's no
David-
paper place.
David Villa says, let's all go.
Yeah, I mean we can.
Heck
This
yeah.
spot we could. There's room for every dredge in North and South Carolina, and still have some room left over that river.
So well, we're looking.
is
we're,
that
we're
where
looking for,
Peter dredges a lot at? On that
Oh yeah, we
big
don't dredge
river?
a lot. When we have the big dredge camps, that's where we go. Where I
Oh,
found that nugget.
okay. Right on.
And they're all free. I mean, it doesn't cost anybody anything.
right?
I'd like to prospect with him and Slee sometime. I miss his videos.
Yeah, he's hard to find. He's like a ninja out here. He
He's-
sneaks up on me
he's-
sometimes. I'll be out mining, and he creeps up on me.
He's out. He's busy prospecting, mining.
Yeah.
David Villa says, "Flash bash destination."
You never know. If I had the money in my way, it'd be in all different places every year. Oh, wait, it is in different places every year.
But
Okay,
in Ohio,
let me rephrase that. Different states every year.
yes.
But Prospector Paul, welcome.
And David said, yes, today can be his birthday.
Well, happy birthday, David Peterson.
It's not. He said it can be though.
Well,
you gotta
early
watch that
or
Matt
late
Marvin.
birthday, David.
What's up, Prospector Paul? So now that you're on YouTube, are you gonna do all your YouTube videos as like educational type?
I'm trying to get more. I was trying to get into some effects and stuff and all that, but I got a lot of flack from that because some of the videos that I made, I went overboard with the effects, and people were saying it made me.
you got too creative.
I got too crazy with it.
Well,
So,
do what you
sometimes
like and
less
do
is more.
what's fun for you, and someone will always find a way to try and keep an eagle from flying. So
yeah, I'm gonna try to do more educational stuff and I don't know, more family oriented things, and just kind of try to do what's been done for me, help teach prospecting, and just try to get the right mindset out there. Like Miner's Rule, something he said that on a podcast that he was on, kind of stuck with me, and it's true. Like prospecting is a good hobby for a lot of people because it's something productive, and it's helped get, keep a lot of people off drugs and different things, that can destroy their lives. So it's really a positive thing in a lot of people's lives. It gives them something to do, something to focus on. And it's not just about the gold. It's about getting out there, having a good time, learning and enjoying nature, getting exercise and fellowshipping sometimes with other miners, and just having a good work ethic and a positive mindset. And for a lot of people, it helps them when they have like mental issues or drug problems or something, and they're trying to recover from it, or even veterans that have maybe
that's what I push.
From
I push the therapy part of for veterans especially.
Right, it's just something
we
that
do take a vet prospecting. We have a project where we take veterans out that have never prospected and teach them how to pan, how to look for gold, how to run some equipment. Just get them outside in the woods, out in the stream, and get them off the stuff that's going on, in their minds.
Rob, my mentor,
so yeah, we're into that too, big time.
My mentor and teacher, he's a Navy veteran, and a lot of the guys that I mine with prospector are veterans, and it's a great thing. It's one of the most productive hobbies that I've ever been introduced to in my life. And
right. Well, when I first started, I enjoyed painting and just working the material and zoning out into that, right? And that was cool. Then I found Dream Mat, and I find myself zoning on the cells, working. And just I'll stand there for a long time, just watch that Dream Mat work.
This was my introduction to Dream Mat. I was skeptical of it at first, and years ago, back before it was popular in the Southeast here, I think I was one of the first to like try it or whatever. And I put this in one of the rigs just to see, if it would get past the moss and the vortex and the conveyor belt matting and the other catch systems that I had in there. And I started catching gold in this little pocket sluice, and I said, well, maybe there's really something to this. And so I started incorporating it in the rigs and went to the micro mat and the Banjo. That's when I introduced it to the rig.
Right.
And it just took off from there. So
Dave wants to know if that nugget made it past the Jarvine riffle.
It never made it past it.
No.
I've got it on film and pictures.
Yeah.
We just stopped it.
And Paul's listening tonight too. He just texted me, said he's listening.
Oh, Jarvis is? All right.
Yes, Paul Jarvis, yes. He's listening.
Right on. He's probably busy making some awesome equipment in his shop.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Dude never stops.
You all Paul.
And that's kind of like Dream Mat is something different, like something revolutionary in the mining industry, because the hog mat and all the different they're just basically the same thing over and over again, just different variations of it. But Dream Mat was actually something new, something different, like the rigs that I build. So they go hand in hand. They're different. They work. They're great. They're just something a little different than the same old.
Well, like we've told David before, he needs to keep up the great work, because if we find something with better gold recovery, we'll be definitely working it. But there's a reason why I've turbocharged every piece of equipment I have down to my Banjo pan that takes the type of mat. And that's because it works.
Yep.
Yeah. It's in everything that I own and run personally, and Dream Mat is in everything that I build, except for my sound wave.
You sound like me.
Yeah, and if you ever look at any of my videos, on
That's right,
YouTube.
Paul.
I push people who build their equipment around Dream Mat. You know, I gave a big old shout out to Ron from Ron for the Hills Mining.
Yeah. Creek
Because
Critter,
he
River
the
Raider.
Creek Critter, right?
Yeah.
The
Luke
same with
Duke,
Paul. I got one of
Paul
Paul's first.
Jarvis.
I got one of Paul Jarvis's first Mini 6 cleanup sluices. I ran that. I love that thing. That thing is that's my favorite cleanup sluice over anything else. Is that little Mini 6? You know, and I think a lot of it has to do with the paint job. Well, here the
It's
paint job is so
powder
cool.
coating.
It's a powder coating, but when I put my material on that slick plate, the last thing to leave that slick plate is the gold. So I get to watch the gold drop into the first row of cups, and that is so cool. You know, so yeah, his equipment is good. Ron's equipment is good.
Luke Duke.
Right. I saw somebody questioned why Dream Mat only comes in certain sizes when all the rest of the industry has a multitude of sizes of sluice boxes, right? Especially like well, they're all different. And the problem is when you get a 10-inch sluice from other companies, that 10 inches measured on the outside. The inside is always going to be different because of radius and thickness of the metal. So I like the fact that you can just take your Dream Mat, cut it down. It's easy to cut, easy to straighten up, set it in whatever size box you got.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's why it's easier just to make the regular sizes. He's got enough room in there that you can trim them up if you need. No need to make all the different sizes.
Know what I love best about that mat, though, guys? I love the minute cleanouts.
Mm.
You know, instead of miner's mush, you're looking at 10 minutes of lost production. Easy. And
Yeah.
then
Minimum.
even like Cogmat, it's a while to get all that stuff out of
Hey,
it.
don't get me started there.
Well, this is okay. We're kind of wandering off into a Dream Mat infomercial. We don't want to do that.
Oh, well, that's true.
I know Dave likes it. David likes it. You know, keep going. But this is about Reid rigs. You know.
Well, actually, Dream Mat's been with me from the very beginning. David's been helping me and supporting me, and he's been there with me from the very beginning when I first got started.
And I've been with Dave since the very beginning too, since he first started. When he first was developing his monstrosity of a sluice box. You know, so yeah. It's plus I was a beta tester. I was a tester with his mats. What was that?
I said, wherever I go, I'm taking it with me.
Oh, yeah.
If I leave the country or whatever, I'm definitely going to have some. Show off.
Hey,
A lot of places in this world that haven't got the experience, the awesomeness of Dream Mat.
I take it even when I can put it in my carry-on. That pocket sluice and pocket claw, bam, bam.
Yep, pocket claw and pocket sluice. You're set.
Little portable prospecting set right there. You might have to steal a spoon though, but
I know something, and I'm gonna give you a little hint. David's got something coming out soon, and I can't wait. But I ain't saying what it is. But I can't wait.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
Daniel, you know what I'm talking about. But this is also going to be, I think it's going to be another game changer. You know, so we'll see.
when I first got started into prospecting years ago, this was, I think, before even Dream Mat was around or anybody had even heard of it yet. I'd watch a lot of Gold Hog videos. And, had a lot of questions and stuff, and was interested in a
Same
lot of
here.
products
Me too.
that they made. I even built my own little gold cyclone. They don't even sell that no more. But I would constantly reach out to Doc and had questions for him and stuff, and never got a response. Never got any kind of assistance or help whatsoever. And I wasn't the only one. Come to find out years later, it was just that way. If you were just a small nobody and prospecting, nobody cared. But it wasn't that way with Dream Mat. David, he would help you. He would answer your questions. He would reply to you, and so that kind of meant something to me. And other prospectors too, that he actually cared about it, you know.
Well, here, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm only going to tell you because the man said it himself last week. The biggest guy that pushes Gold Hog, Matt, Doc doesn't even talk to him.
Right.
Doesn't even talk to him. He'll once in a while, but on a regular basis, no. You can't call him up and say, hey, Doc, I need this or that. No.
But I bet you if I called David Peterson right now, he'd talk my ear off.
Yeah.
Love you, David.
Yeah.
That always, you know, made me wonder. I mean, like, what's going on here? Do these people not care about like helping?
Well, I don't know. And it's not really that important at this point.
I guess it's not, but I've always.
It really isn't. I mean, they're both running their business the way they want to run them, and they're going to go the way they go.
That's right.
I'm sticking with Dave right now because Dave's got, in my opinion, again, we all have opinions, but in my opinion, I think he's got the product that's going to give you your best bang for your buck.
And
is it the best out there?
Too.
Yeah. Is it the best out there? In my opinion, yes. Reality, I don't know.
Until we find something or something.
Until something beats it, in my
it.
opinion, yeah.
But in my opinion, also like yours, Daniel. But I do have to say, sorry, Doc and Gold Hog users. His mat makes a good underlayment for my dream mat.
Jaron goes, Ray called him a lot, and that might be why he doesn't answer. Called him too much.
Maybe. And we love all our Gold Hog users. Ray Russo, Mr. Loda.
Absolutely. Hey, we love our Moss and Ripple users too. You know,
that's right.
My rigs still have moss in them.
We love our fluid bed system.
I've got one of those too.
Hey,
everything has a place. You know, some tools work better in some situations. So, but I'll take a Dream Mat over most.
Oh yeah.
Burlap. David Villa loves burlap sacks. Dude,
he's real old school.
Sheepskin.
I'm surprised David Villa isn't using the golden fleece. Get out there with the land.
Our club has it's about 20-foot long wooden long time.
Yeah.
It's got
at least
indoor outdoor carpeting, and that is it.
It's ribbed indoor outdoor, you know, like something you'd find in a King sluice.
Right.
You know.
But it's actual indoor outdoor from Menards, dude. I bought
it. But it has little I've seen it. It has little.
Yeah, they all do. But yeah.
But
that's all that we run in that.
Shaggy plastic indoor outdoor.
No. Yeah, the ridge stuff. But that's what they run on their Gold Rush days for their common dig. They set that thing up and everybody brings up buckets and they wash rocks.
I forgot to mention this earlier when we were talking about my YouTube channel, but when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a free rig. And
nice.
I've got it on one of my my YouTube videos. The gold that I pulled out from that run that day, I've got it sitting in a gold pan above my on my fireplace mantle. And I don't know, I didn't weigh it or anything, but it's over a gram gold.
Might rain
I'll be giving
soon.
that away and a rig to my 1,000th subscriber. I'll pick randomly out of 1,000, and
Cool.
anywhere in the world, I'll mail that to them.
You hear that, everybody? So, hell, heck with the 100. Let's get them to 1,000.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a bag of pay dirt, and I've only done one bag of pay dirt because the guy kept begging me for it. But when I make a bag of pay dirt, I've got a bucket of dredge cons that I keep under my my miller table, and it is loaded with gold. And instead of sand or whatever, when I do my pay dirt, I use that dredge con as my
There you go.
sand. So I don't even know what gold's in there. So it'll be the gram plus whatever gold's in those dredge cons.
Right.
Right.
So that's how I do that.
David wants to know, why aren't you giving away your nugget? Huh?
I'm never giving away. Love this thing. That's my first nugget. Can't give that away.
That's your first nugget? That's cool.
My first nugget. Caught in jarberry and riffles in a dream dredge.
Nice.
Mine,
Shark tooth.
yeah,
Wild South Carolina nugget. Beautiful.
That's
20,
awesome.
22 karat gold.
Nice. Can't beat that with the stick.
For free.
Having a great time while you were looking for it too.
Oh yeah, there were
I'm
several
sure.
other dredgers out there with me, and they seen me jumping up and down and hollering over my motor and doing ninja kicks out there in the middle of the river. They knew something was up.
yeah, David, that's just another rock. Yeah.
Some of them thought I put it in there, but that was 100% real. I've still got the videos and pictures. That was.
I know the feeling, but I can't imagine finding one that big.
Yeah, in the wild like that. I mean,
Right.
in the middle of the river, surrounded by other dredges. I mean, and there's more out there and bigger ones. There's got to
And
be.
just to go shows how much gold prospecting and dredge mining is a game of inches.
Yep.
Yep. And I've been out to that same spot, a foot to the left, a foot to the right. And I mean, nothing like that. Just never know.
It's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine that there's a spot in a place like that where a lot of people go and dredge all the time that has never been touched.
Right. And that there's nuggets that big still out there.
Right. No one's ever touched that before with the dredge.
And the thing about that
the
river
dredge,
is
the dredges are a game changer as far as mining goes.
Right.
That's a whole different thing.
And so is dredge mat.
Right.
Well, yeah, that too. Absolutely.
Definitely.
And then again, and the fact that David went ahead and designed something that's going to work for the bigger dredges. He saw that, okay, that's what they want. That's what he's going to do. And that's what he did.
And this is my prize. I don't know if I'll ever get these sails wet. I just love this thing so much. I'm gonna hang it on my wall. I just love this mat. I don't want to get it dirty. I know David. This is my favorite mat right here.
Yeah, you won that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I won this one. This is
my
American flag.
See, that's how you know it wasn't a rigged winning, because I didn't win it. I should have won that. Had it been rigged, I would have won it.
I've been offered a lot of money for this mat.
Oh, I'll bet. I'll bet. That's all right. When he gets the pattern down and perfected, he's gonna send me one.
Those are my two prized possessions, that mat and this nugget right here. And
Dave says
another gold pan. I love
here.
this.
David says he bets that Nuggets probably rolled through a couple different dredges in the
They
past.
might have, yeah.
You know?
Prospector Paul, or it's been sucked up and spit back out with a recovery that couldn't recover it. Yeah.
That's true too.
Someone blaring their dredge full blast.
Right.
That's the thing about them jet dredges, man. This I love a crash box. I don't like
I'm with you there. I prefer a crash box over a jet flare.
But when you put them Jarbarian riffles in there, that's
Jesse
like
Boo.
the best thing you can do to a jet dredge. It just puts the brakes on that material. It does three things. It slows the material down, it classifies it, and it causes an underflow right there when it comes. Because if you look down on my set of Jarbarian riffles, I don't know that some of them are built a little different. That first one, where it comes out of the jet flare, is taller than the rest of them. So when that material and that water is coming through there, it just hits that. And then it goes through the series of other ones, but that first one is taller. I think maybe 3/4 of an inch or so, maybe an inch taller than the rest of the riffles on there. And they are nugget grabbers. They are. I just love them.
Nugget grabbers.
And I love that dredge mat because before I would have like 2 or 3 gallons of concentrate from running that dredge. Now it's 1 pan.
Right.
That loose box on that dredge is 16 by 4 foot, and everything will fit in the 1 pan. Dredging all day, and I know what I've got. It's right there, and we've ran right beside other setups, standard setups, hog mats, and when everything's said and done, the gold is like neck and neck equal from Dream Mat to the other cat systems. So that's saying a lot. Really is an efficient way to mine or dredge.
Yeah. Well, you're able to move a lot of material and not have to clean up as often.
Right.
And I've got something else coming up here real soon too. I've got 2 heaters that I'm getting ready to put one on my Keen 4-inch dredge, my Dream dredge. And the heaters were built by Pete Bassett. He goes to Alaska and does some dredging out there and stuff. And once I get the heater set up and everything, I'll be going live out there on the river and be testing that out. And it'll be real soon. I don't think this weekend, but possibly next weekend. That's something that will be kind of interesting. I'll be demonstrating his heaters and trying to support him because he's just a small time, just like me, just trying to build some heaters and sell a few heaters to help support his Alaska mining season. And
there's a lot of different heating systems. What's his system?
I can actually get one of the heaters and show it to you. I think I have
Right
one.
on.
Cool.
Where I put that heater. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab one.
Only a second.
Only a second.
Listen for the flush of the toilet.
Oh, I remember that show. That was funny.
So-
That was the night we lost power right before the show, and I had
Right.
extension cords stretching from my neighbor's generator. Well, their house, they have a home generator, so.
Right. So David Peterson says the Jarvine ripple is so advanced, it's like having a gold Jake brake. You know what a Jake brake is on a truck?
Yeah.
It releases the pressure from the pistons. It's like a
Now,
air brake.
the one that I'm putting on my dredge has a removable top. That's the new one that I'm testing. This one actually right here is built for a Keen 4-inch dredge or a Honda, a GX 200, and this one has been not used. It's new, but this design right here has been to Alaska and has put them through a mining season up there already. So it's proven.
So it's using the exhaust,
Yeah, it hooks to the exhaust and
right?
the water from your
Copper coil. Okay, all right,
goes into here, and then it has coils in here, and it heats up,
right.
and then it comes out, and you have about 20 to 25 foot of hose that goes into your wetsuit, and it heats you while you're dredging. That's something new that I'll be doing and experimenting with, and
Looks pretty
trying to
compact.
Huh?
Because it looks pretty compact. I've
Yeah,
seen some. I've seen some heaters out there that look like hot water tanks. So
He calls them the Peter heater is what he calls them. My other one's got a
heater.
Peter heater because his name's Pete Bassett, so he calls
Okay, gotcha. That's what I figured.
It's not for keeping your Peter warm.
Well, yeah, that too.
No,
I
Well-
guess depending where you stick the hose. You know.
Avoid shrinkage.
Oh boy. But we like helping out people
right,
like that.
Relic Hunter. Yes, it does work off exhaust. That's because exhaust is hot, and David wants a Peter heater.
Here. David's over here messing with me.
Hello, Joey Brown.
Joey Brown, good to see you. Welcome.
That's an old name.
David wants to know.
Did I say hi to Otis tonight? Hello, Otis, if I didn't. And Two Toes is probably lurking. And maybe Todd's probably lurking.
Todd
No,
might
Jeff was
be
there.
lurking. I'm sure
Yeah,
Patrick Moore's lurking.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Patrick Moore's lurking.
Those
Now I can just see him right now stomping his feet. Oh, I'm gonna go respond.
When I go test that heater out, I'll do a wintertime dredge camp. I don't expect there to be near as many people that want to come out there to a freezing river. Of course,
Well,
you'll have to
I bet, yeah, I
You-
know
you're gonna-
some more
you'll have to count me
rivers
out.
that are more frozen than that one.
Well, yeah, definitely, but it's still cold. Not many dredgers go out in these conditions. You know, you have to have heat. I tried it without it. I won't do it again. It's just unbearable. But
No,
you're right. the
my
rivers down here are
my
like that.
fingers freeze up right away outside in the cold. So no.
Oh man, it's terrible. It's whew. And our rivers and winters aren't near as bad as y'all. I know that, but it's still too cold to be out there in a river.
Yeah,
It's
right.
It's not a pleasant experience, but I am fixing to go out there and activate a heater on the dredge, and I'll make an announcement in Southeastern Dredge Testers and invite whoever wants to come. They can come out to this spot, and you know it'll be definitely be limited. The heater is on dredge.
Well, I know a couple of females that would take you up on that. Believe it or not.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Carrie,
and Carrie Tucker,
Carrie Tucker.
Kathleen Biffle.
Right.
I've
Maybe
seen
even,
Kathleen Biffle wading flooding water and freezing rain before in Indiana. I wouldn't put nothing past that buffalo.
Oh, she's gone out in the wintertime. They broke ice and dredged.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Well, this ain't that serious.
Technically, what's up? Wow. Well, yeah, me? No. I'll tell you that right now. Ain't gonna happen.
Usually during the winter, all I do is a lot of high banking and rig running. I'll run in the gold mines and the smaller creeks and stuff. It's just, you know, just a better way to do it. That's no bugs, no snakes. Usually a little bit more water in some of them smaller
Right.
creeks. And in
Right.
the summer, mostly dredge. I stay in the river when it's hot. But we're going to test out the heater and see how that does.
Wait, what? That's a true story? Wait a minute. Go ahead, guys. What's up, Vendetta? I see Vendetta's in the house.
Yeah. Down East Detecting and
Yes, Bob's
Prospecting.
in the
Bob,
house.
good to see you. I Did I see a Miss Laurel in here also?
Oh, I don't know. I saw Vicky and Ryan here earlier.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned they got hit pretty hard. They got hit pretty hard up there in Maine.
It's coming again.
They're nor'easter.
Buckle up.
So, there, how about a little funny news? Well, I don't know what's funny. New Jersey groundhog passed away before it could give the customary spring report.
That's
Not
not good.
The groundhog died before
That's
Groundhog
not,
Day. Oh,
that's not good at
crap.
all.
crap. It just popped up on my phone. I go, what? I actually heard about it earlier, but I thought it was a joke. Jim, yes, we're sitting here waiting for our snow turn too.
Yeah, yeah. They say it's
It's
coming.
coming. Rain, sleet, ice,
I
and
can do
snow
without.
with gusting winds.
You must be outside or something.
Yeah, I'm leaving the gold room and going inside. It's starting to get cold
Oh.
out there. I don't have heat in it.
Oh,
I'm going inside by the wood stove.
there you
Get warmed
go.
up.
Get comfortable. Talking about heaters got them colder out there.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna freeze my butt off out there. That'll be
But
hilarious.
what's it gonna get down to what, 40 degrees for you?
Oh shoot, Miami was, or I mean,
Damn, it's warm here.
I don't wear a coat in the 40s.
a lot of Florida was in the 30s this morning.
We're at 45
so-
degrees here right now.
Yeah, I have 46. I'm warmer than you.
It's raining now. Is it raining out there?
I don't know.
Not yet.
Yeah,
See you,
people
Lester.
are freaking out. People are freaking out right now. All the stores, they got nothing.
Bread,
No
milk,
milk,
and eggs. I have French toast.
Nothing. Although I have to admit, French toast sounds really good. I agree. It's funny, isn't it? She's froze.
Oh, yep, froze up. There she's
Yep.
back.
Oh, there she is.
Hey,
Hello.
little star.
How are you?
Hi.
We're talking to you. Give Daddy back his coin. I was putting up my nugget and she got my Alaska silver coin that I got when I was up there.
Oh, you went up to Alaska?
Yeah, I went up to Alaska.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah, actually, I remember you were up there, weren't you?
Yeah, I went up there with Ronnie James.
Right.
Yeah, did some
Ronnie James
bucket rig running.
Dio. Ronnie
No.
James Dio Dredges.
He's the last in line.
Beautiful up there. I highly recommend it if you haven't ever been to Alaska. Then
One
Definitely.
day.
One day, I stopped in Fairbanks on my way to Vietnam, so I flew over it, and landed, and then left. So, but I didn't get to see it. The mountains are beautiful, though. I've never flown over it. It is awesome. It's just unbelievable when you fly over it.
So you're down in it, through it.
definitely going back.
Well, I know
I'll just
I
be
should
better
have went
prepared.
when my daughter lived in Anchorage. But I know a lot of people up in AK and would love to visit some and do shovels or dredge some dirt in a few locations up there. One day, I hope I get up there.
It'll be raining out there. According to radar.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions in the chat room?
That's what I'm looking for.
I'm looking too. I've got it on my other phone.
Who's got questions?
Otis Ferris. Dio doesn't dig anymore, but I bet we could dig him up. Yeah, true, true.
Nathan Haggart just messaged me and said he couldn't find the live chat. I've got a young guy. He's in his early 20s. I've been teaching how to mine and stuff.
Oh, you might have to look for something that says view live chat to the side of the video player.
I should be able to send him this link right here. Let's see. Figure out how to do that.
Them kids off them
Well, if
video
he's
games.
watching
now.
the video and
Good
can't
stuff.
see the live
Right.
chat,
Great. Oh, you say he's a young guy?
Yeah, he's in his early 20s.
Well, I guess that's young. It's
Yeah.
younger
It
than
is to me. I'm 42. I guess that's young to you, maybe. I don't know.
He's saying you're old.
shoot,
Yeah,
Well, I'm
young
not
too,
young. I'm
though.
42.
Well, if I say that I'm old, then the chat room goes, Jesse's so old. His first portrait is in a cave.
I've got a few gray hairs in my beard. That's
To ride the dinosaurs.
Let me see if I can figure out how to.
Baby, oh, the baby, you're so big, you're so big. On the daddy.
Okay, any.
David says he. Go ahead.
Oh, go
You're
ahead.
not old. You're fermenting. That's what
I see it. I was just waiting for David to come up with something. David B. never fails.
Yeah. I
Fine
have a
one.
question. Why doesn't he rebrand his channel to Reid's Rigs? I think that could help people that hear the name somewhere but don't have a link. That'd be a good idea instead of Daniel Reid.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you.
Yes, I am older than dirt.
Yeah, I'll have to
I'm
do that.
fermented.
That would make sense.
Ohio Relic Hunter says I'm using his lives now.
I hear you,
Hello.
down east.
Tonight, have you developed everything you were hoping to, or more than you wanted to, or is this taking off bigger than what you were expecting with your rigs?
No, I expected them to do really well because when I first was introduced to the concept of the rigs, I knew when I first seen them that it was something revolutionary. I knew it was something that would help a lot of miners, and it was something different and it was something better. Because there were several things about it that were advantages. You could run them anywhere. They saved your back. The gold catch rate was phenomenal. That they were lightweight and portable, and they were just different. Something that there wasn't anything else out there like.
Right.
And
It seemed like, when like we were talking earlier, that video I sent you of the bucket,
right.
we liked most of it, but there was a couple things in it that we didn't like. And that was actually what I didn't like about it was the gold trap inside of there. It seemed wrong.
Mhm.
It seemed wrong. So we wound up actually just using it as a header box with a classifier already in it. So if you ever watch that video, you'll see what we're talking about. And then hooked a dream mat to it, exhaust hose on it.
And I, it took me a while to really realize after I started using the rigs and we're developing them and stuff and testing different things out on them, how good they were. I would try little bankers and try different setups with the sluice boxes and stuff. And I would always go back to the rigs because I kept finding myself, I don't like to be limited when I'm mining gold. Sometimes
Well,
it's
you know,
down
like
here, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's in deep water, sometimes it's in shallow water. And it seemed like with the rig, I could go anywhere, anytime, in just about any condition, and mine that gold and come out on top and do production and run cons if I needed to. The rigs are awesome con runners. I mean, they can do like a gold cube or whatever. They're just like the most versatile portable piece of mining equipment that's on the market today. They can do the job of several different pieces of equipment and go places and do things that nothing else can. And that's just what makes them awesome. And it's starting to be noticed, and it's starting to come out in the mining community now, because those 100 and something rigs that are out there, there's probably about 50 or 60 people actually out there actively using them and realizing, hey, these things are freaking cool and they work awesome, and they're making videos and starting to share them, and it's starting to grow, and people are starting to realize that, hey, these things are, everything that they're cracked up to be. So
I think that valve system in there, if you take a look at that valve system, that might be something that you might be interested in checking out, how that operates on that. I think that will improve your vortex in that bucket. I know it does really well, but just check out that valve system on that bucket that we have. I just think it's something you might be interested in.
Always thinking and always coming up with ideas and improving, trying to improve on things and stuff.
Right. You always have to have an open mind to hunt, don't you, Dan?
Right.
Yeah, most definitely.
Especially
without an open mind, we'd all be driving on square wheels.
Right.
And that's another thing that makes the rig so awesome is it wasn't just me. It's a combination of several great miners.
Right, that's what you were saying.
Bits and pieces and ideas into the rigs. We've all helped each other to build them and make them what they are. It's like that new little rig. I did a post in my group, getting the members of the group to help build it and help name it, because I like other people to be involved. It's not all about just me. It's about all of us together, working together and developing our own products made by us for us. It doesn't have to be these big name companies. It could be us coming together, building things and having ideas.
These big name companies started somewhere too. Like Dave saying, and what I said earlier to you about your rig was that it gives your material enough time to get separated and broke down into its smaller pieces, so that you do have the ability to capture all that small gold. So your rig with that wash system really makes a big difference on that, and that's what I see there. A
lot of people think, like with the beach gold or with a lot of fine gold, that you have to have a wide sluice box. Well, you don't. I'm here to tell you that you don't. The place that I ran Sunday was loaded with tiny micro gold. I mean, it was just, that's all I caught. And it was a bunch of it. And I had 2 little 3-inch wide sluices in that rig, and I ran it all day out there, hours. Never cleaned it out one time and put a test pan below those 2 sluices. Never one micro speck missed out of that. Not one.
Yeah. So like I told you, I was one of his beta testers, one of his early testers on these mats. And my test was to run a bunch of material that I knew had no gold, right?
You thought you had no gold.
7 buckets of material that shouldn't have had any gold in there at all. And when I ran it, I found gold in the lettering. I found gold in the cuffs, but I found the lettering, green mat lettering, filled with gold.
I love it when I see little gold filling up the lettering and the.
Oh heck yeah, man! That's so cool looking. That's like the best thing of the mat is the fine gold that it catches, and right up front. I mean, just right up.
What happened to Jesse?
All right, Reid.
Okay, you just went black and
Yeah, well, yeah, it was an eye opener for me on that map, being able to catch all that gold and tiny stuff. I mean, just so tiny. So
I'm still
that right there hooked me on Dream Mat. The only problem was that first Dream Mat I got was crap. it fell apart. The UV mixture, whatever.
when he had the wrong formula at the beginning.
Yeah,
I remember.
I'm still amazed to this day, even when I go out running with those little 3-inch wide sluices are capable of. Now the Big Bubba, it has a bigger sluice. It has a 5-inch wide sluice and an 1100 pump, and it's an awesome rig. You can move more material, and it's a great rig. But my favorite rig is the bucket rig. It's where all the rigs are made from. The Ninja rig, they all have their advantages and stuff, but to me,
right.
the bucket rig is the most portable, most versatile of them all. It's hard to beat a good bucket. I mean, it's just.
And I tell you what, here's the thing, and this is what's really cool about prospectors and miners and stuff. They're always thinking of new ways to be more efficient and work less, and that's great. That's an invention for you.
Yep.
I mean, the fact that I can pull out a Dream Mat from the sluice box, slide it out, dump it in the bucket, shake it a little bit, put it back in my box, back to work. That's good.
And when I'm building equipment, these are the things that I consider and I look at, because I'm an active miner out in the field at all times. I'm looking at the weight of the prospecting equipment, the run time I'm going to get out of the batteries, the weight of everything that I'm carrying in my backpack, the versatility of the piece of equipment, the portability of the piece of equipment. There's a lot of things. I think about this stuff at night when I'm laying in bed, like before I go prospecting. I'm thinking, I'm going to take this and I'm going to take that and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And in any piece of equipment that I build or that I put together for the trip or whatever, all those things are thought of. And the rigs, I mean, there's this, you just can't beat them. I mean, you can't. They're just freaking awesome. They are. This is what they can do. The amount of material they can move for as small as they are. You can take two little 7.5 amp deer feeder batteries out there and run probably 6 hours with that rig and move, I don't know, 3/4 of a yard of material with those little things through a 3-inch wide sluice and hardly miss a speck of gold. It's just a well-balanced system. It's hard to beat. I mean, they do things that nothing else can out there on the market today.
Nice.
Amazing piece of equipment. Truly are. I can't wait to try them in the desert. I'm just itching to get out there and see what they can do out there.
I'm hoping that at some point I can get with Paul. We come up with a dry machine for doing stuff out in the desert. I think it can be done with air.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sound, maybe vibrations.
Well, I'm thinking that we can do something with air where you don't need water.
Well, that would definitely be an advantage. That would be.
Yeah. Something like a whistle. Something like a whistle.
That's another thing that's great about prospecting. It keeps our mind sharp, keeps us thinking. We're always miners, gold miners and gold prospectors are some of the most inventive, intelligent people that I've ever met in my life, because
Oh yeah, they're always working on fiddling about with their sluices and trying to get them.
problem solvers.
Yeah, why? How can I work this material? This is some crazy stuff here. I got to do something totally different.
They're
And
definitely some of the most innovating and inventive people I know.
and I think that's one of the reasons why I like to travel around the prospect, because I get to see the different types of prospecting, different types of material.
Oh, that too.
Always learning.
Right.
Oh
There's an
yeah,
old
like a
saying,
lifetime learning
but
curve.
the best part is all the fun I get to have.
what's the old saying? Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
That's what it's like when I'm around old timers and some of the new prospectors. I've learned things from guys that have only been prospecting for a couple years. It's you're always learning, always growing, always learning, and it's awesome, man. That's what it's about, growing and learning.
Failure teaches. That it does, David.
Yep.
GS Prospecting is gonna break out his dream map flag on the next trip out. There you go.
There you go.
Mine flies proud in my shop, or at Flash Bash too.
At outings.
Yeah.
Yep. First step to learning.
Yeah. What questions do you guys have for Daniel? Anything?
Anything about his rig? I know you guys have seen the videos out there. I know you have questions. And if not, well, then go watch his videos and post your questions in his comments.
Yeah, we've got
see if he's one of these guys that answers you.
Right.
Oh yeah, I won't bug that crap out of you. I used to argue with a lot of people, but I slowed down on that. I have to be more professional now.
Well,
I don't know, or you could be like someone we know.
You mean stir the pot?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page, Reid Rigs, and I think the website's still down. I'm not sure, but it's loaded with videos about the rigs. Just put in Reid's Rigs on
I'm
Facebook.
putting a link to your Facebook page right now. It's in the chat room.
Any questions, anybody can message me or message Reid Rigs, and I'll get back to you. And I'm good about answering questions. And I think my cell phone number's on there. I'll answer the phone and call.
I don't, David, I don't know if he's got the new mat or the new flag.
The one that looks like the American flag, like your shirt.
I don't have any flag.
I have the one that looks like the shirt you made, Jesse, with the American flag.
What you talking about, Willis?
It's the flag.
You know what I'm talking about. To classify or not, David Via wants to know about your classifications.
Quarter inch.
It comes with classifiers, and they're big, deep classifiers.
Every one of my rigs that I sell comes with everything: classifier, pump, hoses, everything but a battery. You have to buy your own battery and charge it. It comes with everything.
So there you go. You say you got some replacement classifiers because they wear out.
Yes, the bucket rig, because they don't make there's no classifier that's made for that rig because there's nothing like it. It's a bucket. I put 3 classifiers in there. One is a thicker minnow trap, and then the other 2 are just a mesh, like trash can, quarter inch mesh deal, and it comes with 3. But you can get those classifiers at a dollar store. It's a dollar store trash can. They're $1 a piece. They don't last forever. They wear out. Some of the people fabricate their own 1/4-inch classifiers for them, made out of a stronger material,
Right.
like a punch plate or something, aluminum, as they get bent. But yeah, each one of the rigs comes with 3 classifiers.
Okay.
They last for a while. I mean, you might get a month out of one of the classifiers. So that's, that's 3 months worth of classifiers right there. None of them, man, stuff wears out over time. I mean,
Right, sure. Sure. All right. Good night, David.
Have fun with the kiddos.
Have fun with the kiddos. Tell the wife I said hi.
Yeah.
And if anybody, nobody's asked me this yet, but if anybody needs anything, like they can't find a classifier or whatever, and they need a couple sent to them, I buy them in bulk. So I've got hundreds of them. If they need a couple classifiers, then they pay the shipping and $1 for the classifier, I can send that to them. We try to work with the customers the best that we can. Like, for example, we sent a Ninja rig up to North Carolina, and when the guy received his Ninja rig, he sent me pictures. It looked like they drug the box behind the UPS truck. I mean, it was just destroyed. It was a horrible shape, and one of the pieces was missing, the hose. So I had to send him a replacement part. It wasn't anything he did. It wasn't anything we did. It was just a terrible UPS, just destroying.
David Villa. Yes, you shovel right into the bucket where the screen is sitting in the bucket. You fill the bucket up, wash the rocks, toss them, and the material all drops down, swirls down. There's a vortex, the water's spinning, so it really breaks up everything inside that bucket, and then it drops down and runs across Dream Mat as it comes out of the bucket. Right? That's correct.
Well, that is correct, but inside of the Banjo pan, there's miner's moss and a rubber mat under the miner's moss.
Well, I thought that was top secret. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I see. I don't want to give away your secret.
Yes, I put something in the Banjo. When I'm running cons, I usually take those mats out because they're not needed. But when you're out in the field running a lot of material through those rigs, that's and I've been asked this before. Why do you put miner's moss in that area when you're running it through Dream Mat? And I'm going to explain that right now. It's what I call a chaos area. Dream Mat is made for flow. They're
right.
sail, spin. When you have a chaos area like a boiler box or something like that, there's really no point in putting Dream Mat there because it's a chaos area. Any kind of matting that grabs gold or a moss or something like that works great in spots like that. But when your water is moving and your material is moving in that steady flow to activate those cells, that's when you want your Dream Mat. So that's why I put the moss, and that's why I use that rubber matting in that Banjo pan, because it's a stratifying area. It's a chaos area underneath that bucket. And inside the bucket where the vortex is at, I would use the Blue Bowl Dream Mat in there if it fit, but it doesn't. But in the Bubba rig, that's one of the advantages the big Bubba rig has, is that Blue Bowl Dream Mat. And I'm the first one to ever do this. I have took the Blue Bowl Dream Mat, and you can glue it to the mat that's inside of there and use that Blue Bowl Dream Mat inside of there. And it works beautiful. When that vortex is spinning around just like a Blue Bowl, that Dream Mat, those cells are just chewing up the gold in there. I've got
that would have been good. That would have been good in the bucket, Ed, underneath that jet flare.
We should try it. We should try
we might have to do that. I mean, we'll trim it down, hell.
I love that Blue Bowl Dream Mat. I love vortexes. I'm crazy about a vortex.
I hear you.
I think vortexes are awesome gold capturing.
Well, that was a funny thing. That was one of the first things that flashed with me when I first started looking at Dream Mat. Was You know, all the guys that are teaching, prospecting, and telling you how to look at creeks and rivers and when to look at it, they all talk about go when it's flooded, look for the vortexes. Gold's gonna drop out there. When it drops down, go there and dig. So why would that make sense in a map? You know,
It does. It does.
why would that make sense in a map?
It's,
Oh, Dave already left. Dang, I was gonna ask him about something. That do you realize that his system? I'll talk to him first before I.
It's all based on vortexes. The whole rig is a
Yeah,
vortex.
yeah.
Hundreds of little vortexes inside of
Yeah.
a big.
Do you realize that Tesla actually invented a way to valve down water using what Dave uses, this vortex system?
Hydrocyclone.
Type in on YouTube when you get a chance. Tesla valve. You'll see what I'm talking about. So now, Dave.
Sure, say it when he's gone. Say it to his face.
Oh, I text him right damn now.
Yeah, probably doing it right now in the Dream Map beta testers chat.
No, he's not. He's really with his family right now.
Right.
I just wanted to have a conversation. Well, yeah, check out that. That's pretty cool. Now it helps you understand the Dream Man a little more.
Those
You know?
hydrocyclones, that's some cool stuff, man. Especially when you control them up.
Yeah.
That's another thing about the Bubba rig, and I should start including this with them, but there's things that they can do. The people that have bought the Bubba rigs to upgrade them. One thing is a speed controller. Rob actually gave me one to try on the Bubba rig, and it is awesome. I love it because you can control that vortex and fine tune it with that Dream Mat Blue Bowl mat in there. It's just crazy what you can do with that speed control thing. It is so cool. And now the it works good with the Ninja rig too, with that rig, but the bucket rig you really don't need it. You just run that thing wide open. The Ninja rig with that big 17-inch Proline pan on there, it enables you to put large rocks and set them on there. Say you're out mining somewhere and you've got a really large rock and you pick it up out of the creek and it's got clay and stuff all stuck to it. You can set it inside of that pan and clean all that material off of that rock and clean it off real good. And that Ninja rig acts like a blue bowl spinning around, so you can see your gold instantly. So that's something a little different that it does and the other two rigs don't do. Also, it comes with a cork where you can put into the hole and you can pan right into it. It's like your own personal panning station. You clean the rig out into itself, pan right there. Say you got a bad back or something, you got your own personal panning station anywhere you want, where you don't have to bend over to pan. You can go over here and test pan, go over there and test pan, and put your little cork right there in your Proline pan on that rig, and leave it swirling around. Leave it swirling around, and it'll pull that material right off the gold pan like an auto panner. There's so many things you can do. Each one of the rigs has their like own little special abilities.
Right.
So they're based on the same principle of vortex with Dream Mat and all that, but they do a little bit, a few different things. Each one of them, little special things.
Mm-hmm.
They're really cool rigs. Most people that have tried them or whatever, they fall in love with them. It turns out to be one of their most favorite pieces of prospecting equipment once they use them.
What the hell's going on here? My screen just went black. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I think good.
Bigologist.
What the heck? Bigologist. My computer's going crazy here. What's going on? Okay. I think for now. Any more questions? All right.
Let's see much.
Mike, GS prospecting.
Gold squad out.
Yep. So, you know, I don't think anyone here is trying to tell anybody to change their rigs over to, you know, Dream Man or anything like that. That's your own preference.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, because if you're into selling pay dirts and you want to use your cons and stuff, you definitely don't want to use Dream Man. You don't have enough cons, you know. So you would want to use moss, and ripples, and expanded metals, get all that extra material.
If you were selling pay dirt, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to collect concentrates with the dream mat.
Yeah.
But I don't sell pay dirt and I don't mind for cons.
Right. Neither do I.
Yeah, that's I don't even. I've sold one bag of pay dirt. That's
I mean,
it.
if you're selling, like I said, if you're selling pay dirt, then yeah, you would want to use. I mean, personally, I would use both. So I caught all the gold too, but yeah, I'd want to use moss and stuff. But like I said, we're not looking for pay dirt. We're not looking for cons. I just want gold.
Less cons, the better.
Yes.
Right.
The quicker the better.
Daniel, David Villa wants to say, good guess, informative and well spoken. Tell him thank you for his time, Ed. Thank you for your time, David.
Yes.
I mean, Daniel.
Oh,
For
well,
David
David
too.
and us. And
Yes,
David,
David
thank
too.
you for your time, David. And all of that goes for all of you.
Buenos nachos.
Bio con dias. And all my, if there's anybody that's Chinese listening, ni hao, ni hin bang mali, and let's see, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to learn Chinese.
Yeah, why's that?
Because I plan on going to China.
Well, that's right. You said you were wanting to go to China.
Always trying to grow and learn. I'm trying to
Yeah.
expand my vocabulary, learn different
Well, so-
languages and stuff.
Right on.
I was in Vietnam, and now
Yes.
I find out there was a lot of gold in Vietnam. I didn't even know about it.
There's a lot of gold over there, and we're miners, and just
Yeah.
because I would love to go over there and try my hand and take some dream mat over there and expand and learn and grow and
Right.
mine in different places where a lot of us haven't ever even thought about mining. I think that would be cool. That would be an awesome adventure.
It would.
Thinking outside the box, trying to.
Excellent. Yeah, I wouldn't mind becoming bilingual, and Pig Latin don't count. So
Did you say by gringo?
bilingual, not
Oh,
bilingual.
Oh, not by gringo.
Oh
You know
my
about
goodness. Bilingual. No.
My wife,
your phone's
my
got
wife, by gringo.
I think I just shared not long ago. There was a link. One of the largest gold mines in the world is in New Guinea. It's a mountain of gold, and I think it was discovered in the late 70s. I shared the link on Southeastern Dredge Testers and a few other sites too, but that's over in
Papua New
in
Guinea.
between Australia and Asia. It's one of the largest gold mines in the world. It's over there. It's a whole mountain of copper and gold.
Darren,
So there is a lot of gold over there.
What, Sharon?
He's turning Japanese or Chinese. That's Chinese, not Japanese. Judy watches a lot of Asian movies, and I'm learning the difference between their characters on the subtitles.
So that's really a good question here from Digologist. If I'm thinking what they're asking, can you prospect there? I know you want to, and you love to go there.
I'm gonna try. I mean, I'm gonna
But can you?
try.
I mean, what? China is China.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Right.
I love a challenge. When somebody tells me no, you can't do something, or that's not possible, or you're not gonna make it, or whatever, that just pushes me on to try hard. I like to try to do things that other people wouldn't think of doing, or wouldn't try to do, or think is impossible.
Well,
I
that's all.
think
Go ahead.
I think in today's world, with everything that's going on with the coronavirus, and with all the hate and all the separation and all the crap, I think something major needs to happen. I think something remarkable needs to happen. I think that something wonderful needs to happen. And even if it's just something like that, something like some Chinese miners and American miners getting together and going out mining some gold, testing each other's equipment out, just getting together and saying the hell with all this BS. Let's just get along and enjoy something. Enjoy life and enjoy what God put on this earth. And the heck with what all they say. Let the haters hate, and let's have some peace. That's what I want.
Well, I'm sure we all want that.
Yep. And if we can just have a little piece of it, that would be nice. Because I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the people judging and the people hating and all the negative talk and all that. I look at it like this. I don't care who you are or where you're from. If you treat me right and you're honest with me, then I'll give you a fair shake at being my friend. And if your word is bond, then that's good enough for me. I don't care who you are, what color you are, or where you're from. If you treat me right and treat me with respect, and then I'll do the same to you. And I think that's how it should be. I mean,
Heavy Metals Detective says no gold in China or Utah. Xi Jinping will have your hands cut off. Digologist, me and some Chinese chicks getting together.
Well, he's the what do you say before that? Point me to a gold mountain, and I'll try to prospect or metal detect the hell out of it. Jason Gambi, good to see you, Jason. Thank you for the super chat.
that's why they come here to mine.
Oh, $6. Oh, that's is that Canadian?
Yeah. Or even if you make a mistake, to be responsible about it shows a lot. Now Mr. Lodak's saying subscribe to Daniel in maybe Russian.
Something like that, huh?
Yeah, here I'll find out in a second.
I just think
have
there's
some respect.
a lot of cool people out there all over the world, and just miners just like us. They may speak a different language and maybe look at things a little different, but we can all learn from them and they can learn from us. And
all is well, except you got to deal with the government.
The politics.
Fortunately, politics that always falls into this crap. So
Or
Yeah.
they'll let you and they'll feed you to death, and then they'll be New York with it and say, "Thank you for finding me all that gold."
yep.
But
Save it for the queen. All right,
it'd
that's
be
10
cool
o'clock, dude.
it'd be cool to go there and see it. I know they do a lot of illegal bucket line dredging in China.
Yeah. Well, you never know unless you try.
That's right. That's right.
If
But
I
it'd be a great
if I
trip.
fail at things, at least I can say I tried.
It'd be a
Right.
great trip.
Mr. Lolak, Mr.
nonetheless.
Lolak said, he said, no gold in America. He said, no gold in America in Russian.
Yeah, American doesn't have tons of gold in Russian.
I'd like to go there too. I mean,
Oh yeah, I'd like to mine platinum in Siberia and gold there too. Gold's everywhere, even in Utah. You Utah guys lying to us like that.
Honest wants to know if you said that Chad from Deep Woods has a bucket rig.
Yes.
yeah. Yep,
Okay.
he's built several himself, and I think he's running one that yeah, we were both trained by Rob down in the lower part of South Carolina. We were both Rob's our mentor and our teacher. We both were trained on the bucket rigs years ago. We mined together a lot, and
Yeah, you can find a lot of other content creators in the prospecting finger using uh the Reid's rigs.
Yeah, Jason Combs says, I have a ninja rig and keep it in on my pontoon boat to run materials on beaches.
yep.
So he's got one of your rigs. Good night, Wayne. You have a good night.
Good
See you
night,
next
Wayne
week.
Peterson.
First one in Canada.
Yep. Well, we're missing Gypsy's show tonight too, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
It's Beyond Oak Island. I don't have cable, so I can't watch it.
Yeah, same here.
They found wood.
Did they?
No, it's about Reid's mine or
Right.
Josephine mine in Utah.
Right.
They've
Terry Carter. Actually,
Yeah.
Terry Carter's going to be on it.
Yeah.
Terry Carter and Gypsy.
Rose.
And they're talking about the Josephine mine there.
They've
where
actually found Roman gold coins in that
Right.
mine they're
Oh, wow.
talking about. So they're saying could be older treasure than Spanish. So
And because you're out here tonight and we're out here tonight, you'll have to watch the rerun on the History Channel. But I will. And it's
I
after
can
10
watch
o'clock,
it
man.
online for free.
Right.
And yes, we're a little bit into overtime.
Sure.
We appreciate you coming on, Daniel.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
It was fun. You got to learn a little bit more about the rig.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Definitely.
did you how did your subscription drive go tonight? Let's see.
Let me refresh it. 89 subscribers. Didn't quite get
close.
you to 100. Sorry about that.
I'm not dependent on my on that to survive.
Oh, I hear you.
That's good. That's like trying to depend on gold mining to survive.
Nah, it's not gonna happen. I know better. I learned that. It's all in good fun. I mean, we're just all learning and growing, and having a good time, and
it's like David Peterson says, hey, if you're not having a good time, you're doing something wrong, right?
Right.
Every day your feet hit the ground is a good day, and every day you learn something and grow, and it's just it's a blessing. It really is.
Yep.
Otto says, great guest. Thank you, Daniel. And yes, thank you, Daniel. Thank you, ToledoJess and Dano. And thank you, all of you out there. We appreciate you hanging out with us every Tuesday night. Next week, we have Andy from Lost Boys Recovery. He
Cool.
was in here earlier tonight. Should be a really good show. All of you, buckle down, batten down your hatches if you're in the path of this snow blizzard apocalypse or whatever the heck they're
Don't
calling
let the
it.
white death get you.
Keep
Pat
spare
Mule showed up.
water, have full gas tank, and carry kitty litter and a shovel. Be prepared. Always be prepared. Better
Yep.
safe than
And
sorry.
if you don't have to go out there, if you don't have to go to work, don't have to go to the hospital, stay home.
Don't.
Just stay home.
Stay home. You don't have to be out. Stay home. Be safe.
That's right.
That's right. Until next time, may you always have a flash in your pan.
And you know what he's going to say next.
That's right, because it does happen. Ask Ohio Relic Hunter, Otis, Patrick Moore, who finally shows up, Heavy Meadow Detective, JP. It does happen.
Down up on Betty. Negologist, thank you for showing up tonight. JP, GoPro Unlimited. See ya.
Yeah, it does happen, JP. Maybe one day too, we'll see you on the river. Good night, everybody. God bless. Until next
Good night, everybody.
week. Oh, I'll be having
Stay
an
safe.
auction this coming Saturday with the voice, Mr. Lodak. Good night, everybody.
Good night. LBPA for life.
Yeah.
Yep. Good night, Heavy Metal.
Good night, me minor. Thanks for
Jason.
dropping by.
Thank you again,
Good night,
the world's
Jason.
greatest moderator, Mr. Lodak. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the super chat.
Patrick Moore, Patrick.
1900
Pat
more.
Lurker.
I don't know if I'll have any more gifts, Jim. We'll see.
Night.
Good
Good
night,
night, Jim.
everybody. Good
Thank
seeing
you for showing up
you.
tonight,
Great
Jim.
seeing you, Jim. Great seeing all of you.
Take it easy, folks.
World's greatest moderator. Thank you, sir.
GPU.
Mountaineer Mike. Woo-wee. Night all. Good night, Jim.
Later.